guys, Miss Charlie here with a review of the new SiNGE Beauty brushes. This is a new brand started by Miss Angie here. Congratulations to her. I've been following her on YouTube for many years. I purchased her collabs that she's done with different indie brands, and when she said she was coming out with her own brand and she was starting out with brushes, of course I wanted to support her, so I went ahead and picked up these brushes. I have used them a couple of times, and in this video you will see me using them in cooperation with some other brushes that I use regularly. But it comes with this card which tells you about the brushes, and there's E1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and they're very nice brushes, very soft brushes. A lot of brushes that I tend to use are more dense depending on what I want to do. Some of these I could not use for some of the things that I do when I do my eye makeup, but I did use all 5 of these in the look that you're going to see here in a few. But just to show you the brushes, this is the E1, and I'll read what the card says. That's the E1. It says it is a flat tapered brush, the perfect brush to pack on color, mattes and shimmers. The bristles are cut to easily pick up product, and the pointed tip helps with precision. This I really enjoyed, and you can see there's some glitter on it because I did use it and I did wash it, and they wash really nicely. But the pointed brush that I use in my makeup repertoire for doing my makeup is this one here. It's about the same, but it's bigger. And this one is from Luxie. This is their precision shader. I use this brush for my brow bone and blending out. I like it because, again, it has that tapered point, but it's also a little bit bigger. And this one, I forgot how I used it. You'll see how I use them in the tutorial, but this one is about the same. It's just a little smaller. This one is the E2, and this is a medium fluffy brush to blend and pack color into the crease. The tapered bristles help with creating definition while still making blending easily. And I like this. It's very wispy. It's not that dense. And when I'm blending out my crease, I like to use something like, where is my brush that I use? Here it is. I use something like this here. This is from Moda, and this is their BMX-466 shader. So I use this Moda brush in my crease to help blend out colors because it is tapered a little bit and a little flat, and it just blends a little better. This one blended as well. I think I used this in my crease as well, but it did a good job. It's just a little bit more soft and flimsy than this one, which is a little bit more dense. This one is the E3, a bigger, slightly tapered, fluffy crease brush to blend out edges or apply matte shadows seamlessly all over the crease. The perfect brush for a lighter transition color. So this I did use in my crease, and it's not as dense. It is very fluffy and light, and the one that I like to use for that is this Sigma blender, and this is the E44 firm blender. This one here, and you see it's more closely packed, and it's more dense. I got this at TJ Maxx. I got and it was like a couple of dollars, which I thought was crazy for Sigma, but I like this for in the crease, especially when I want to pack it on and then blend it out. This one did a good job, of blending. I had no problems with it, but I just want to show the different brushes that I usually use, and maybe later on she'll come out with a little bit more denser brushes, but these are just a comparison of what I like to use versus these. So this is the one that I like to use in my crease. This is the E4, and the perfect brush to blend edges or apply color with precision to the crease. Also a great brush to smoke out your lower lash line. These type of brushes I would use on my lid for packing something on my lid. And you see, again, it's got glitter in it because I've already used it. And again, they wash up really nicely. But what I usually use for packing on color is either this Morphe. This is a Morphe M421. This is a dense packing brush. It's really dense. This is also good for cut crease, but it's also good for packing on shadows, you know, when you spray them. I also use this Bodyography. Can't hardly read it because I've used it so much. This is a Bodyography shader. And this one is a little bit more dense too for packing on color, but it's, you know, tapered there. And then I also use this one here. I forget what set this came in. This came in a set, and it doesn't have anything on the thing. It's probably rubbed off. But I use this one here as well that's tapered as well, and this is a little bit more dense as well for packing on stuff. But I did try using this. I did have to spray some of the color that I used on my lid, but it picked it up, but I still had to spray it to lay it down, and it took a little bit more effort to get it spread out because this is a little bit more fluffy. See, this is way more fluffy than these are. These are more dense, but those are the ones that I like to use for packing on shadow. Then lastly, we have the E5, a small detailed fluffy brush. It says a small detailed fluffy brush to with precision add colors. I don't know if that's a typo. Precision to add colors to the crease or outer corner, all this without losing intensity. And this is very, very, it's fluffy as well, not as dense, but I did use it to help blend colors together. But something I like to use for that is this Morphe M502. This one is fluffy too, but it's a little more dense than this one, and I use this one too to like blend in my outer corner color with my lid color or whatnot, or blend it into my crease color. This is what I usually use for that. Or I might use this Sigma, again got this at TJ Maxx, Sigma E34, and this is the domed utility. This is really dense. This is great for the lower lash line because it's nice and dense, and it blends out the lower lash line really well. And then for packing on, I didn't mention that, for packing on color in the outer corner, that I would use this one for, because I would use this in the crease and packing on in the outer corner. That other Sigma one is this Luxie, you can't hardly read it, Luxie Precision blending brush. And this is a rounded, and it's very dense. So this is great for packing on color in the outer corner and blending out. I use this quite a lot. I had to stop using it and bring in this one for a while because I was using this all the time. So there's that. And then for like precision, small detail, like inner corner, I like brushes like this. And this is a Morphe. No, this is a Coastal Scents. Can't even get this anymore. But Morphe makes these little tiny brushes like this, and these cost like $3 or $4. And I have different sizes. I have this one, and I have one that's even smaller than this. But this I like for inner corner, for glitter, things like that. I wish, hopefully she'll come out with some other brushes as well. which I'm sure she will. And then for just a last one here, for a wide shader, something like this. This is an old Wet n Wild brush when they were like $1. I've had this for so many years. I have quite a few of these. A wide shader brush like this for packing on, you know, all over the lid real fast. You're done in a couple of strokes, you're done. So maybe she'll come out with, you know, something like this, something like this, and you know, something like this later on. You know, she'll bring out other brushes, I'm sure, but these are just the ones that I use regularly because of the density and the functionality of them. But I enjoyed using all of her brushes. I enjoyed using all of these. They were very nice. They washed up very well. I didn't have any shedding or anything like that. So if you picked these up, let me know your thoughts. If you've used them, if they, how do they compare with the brushes that you usually use? And I'm sure she'll come out with some more. But again, just wanted to show you the brushes that I use regularly doing my eye makeup. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the show you the tutorial. And just to let you know, before that, I used her HELA palette, which is from ODEN'E. I used this palette in creating the look that you're about to see, and it worked just fine. It worked absolutely fine. So this palette unfortunately is no longer available, but if you did pick it up, you know how good it is. This is the palette that got me started on ODEN'E, and then I've picked up more ODEN'E palettes. But that's about it for my review. If you have any questions, let me know. The link will be below if you want to pick them up. I think she's going to do a restock, of course, because this is her only release right now. So I will link everything below. I'll link her channel, and I'll also link the 2 looks 1 palette that I did with this when it came out. So I will stop talking and let you see the tutorial. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram, and we'll get started with the tutorial.